Hello everyone, welcome back to Technology Brain. Last time we looked at how to configure RIP version 2 in our topology. So today we're going to look at how to configure OSPF as a routing protocol in our topology. So for those of you who missed my last video of how to configure RIP version 2, please follow back, go back to watch my last video that I demonstrated how we configured RIP version 2, VLANs, router on the stick, and then default route configuration. All those ones I did in my last videos. In case you missed up on those, please go back and watch them, and so that you'll be in the track. So today we're gonna look at how we configure OSPF as a routing protocol. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna start by configuring a router. Let me first connect this computer with a console cable to our router so that we can configure it. Okay, so I'm going to go straight away to our router, inside our router, to configure it. Now, and then we go enable, we say config terminal, and then we can just definitely give it a name. Let's give our router name. Let's say host name. You can make it host name, or you can just say host. Let's say it's router 1. Okay, line console 0. Give it a password 123, just for study purpose. But remember, when you're just using it in the real topology, you don't have to put a weak password like this. I'm just putting this one like 123 just for the study purpose, so that you can know what are the steps on configuring the route. Okay, so we say login. Okay, and then you can as well put a banner message, or else you can just leave it. But for this topology, we're gonna leave it out. I'm not gonna put the banner message. So from there, now we're gonna look at how we can configure our route, like our IP address in the router interface. We say interface gigabyte, which is this one here. As you can see, we are going to configure this interface, which is facing the switch, gigabyte 0/0. Okay, gigabyte 0/0. Okay, IP address 192.168.10.1 no, not slash. We give the subnet mask 255.255.0. Okay, and then you say not shut. You save it, and then from there we are left with this interface here, which is facing to the other router. Okay, we just have to finish every configuration in this router before moving to the other router. Okay, so we go and see this is gigabyte interface gigabyte 0/1. Okay, so we're gonna say interface gigabyte 0/1, IP address 192.168.11.1. Remember, you see it's here. You are using this IP address to configure to this network. This one is a different network. This line, which is connecting from this router to this router, is a different network. So for this one, from this interface of this router connecting to this LAN, is also a different network. Okay, and also from this interface of the router connecting to this LAN is also a different network. So for this one, we are done configuring this already in the interface of the router. So we're gonna configure this this network into this interface of the router, and then later on, also when we move here, we configure the same network in this interface. So we are going to give it as .1, and then subnet mask 255.255.255.0. Okay, we're gonna say not shared. So with this way, you see that it's saying interface, it has changed, the link changed it to up, but you see here it's not giving green light because we have not yet configured this one here. Okay, so for this one here is already up, but this one here is still down, so it definitely it won't turn to green. Okay, so for here we are done. Let's save it. Okay, we are done saving it. So we move to our next router. Okay, we move to our next router. Let me connect it using console cable. I like configuring it with a console cable. So it's not the console cable is not appearing because here it's just the same color. Okay, as you can see from here, it's this color. Can say light blue or whichever color you wanna call it. I call it light blue. So you see also here is light blue. That's why it's the cable is not appearing. But when I enter, you can just see I'll be in the router. Okay. So now enable config terminal interface. Okay, you can let's give it a name. Host. The first one, the first router we gave it as router 1. Now this one here we're gonna give it as router 2. Okay, router 2. You say run console 0 pass 1 2 3. Say login. Okay, we're done. I save it. I like saving straight away, just because I don't trust my power sometimes. Okay, now we are going to configure the interface, the IP address in this interface, which was the interface gigabyte 0/1, which is this one here, and then we say IP address 192.168.11.2 255.255.255.0 not shared. You see, as I put the command not shared, so immediately it turns to green because it's now up. So this one was up before, now this one now just turned to be up. Now it's just definitely green. Okay, so meaning we are not communicating. Now we are left with DC interface here. We say interface gigabyte 0/0 IP address 192.168.20.1 255.255.255.0. This is the subnet mask for /24. Okay, and then we say not shared. So it has also turned to green. We say do right. Okay, so we are done configuring our basic configurations for the router, for the both routers in this LAN and also in this LAN, and also from here we are done. So what we're gonna do is first of all, I'm gonna assign IP addresses to these computers. I wanna give them IP address. This one 192.168.10 because it's in the 10th network. .3. I'm gonna give this one .3, and then the gateway 192.168.10.1. Okay, we're done with this one. I'm gonna assign this one also to. I'm gonna close here. I'm gonna come to here. I'm gonna give this one .2 192.168.10.2 subnet mask. Then this is the gateway 192.168.10.1. Okay, so we are left with our server. Also, I'm gonna give this one. I'm gonna give this one 192.168.10.4. And then subnet mask, the default gateway 192.168.10.1. Okay, Now our last computer, we're gonna give it .5, 192.168.10.5 subnet mask, and then the default gateway 192.168.10.1. Okay, we are done. So also for here, for this side here, we're gonna give this one, let me close this one, the terminal, going to the 192.168. This time around is 20. Okay, .20 .2 subnet mask, default gateway 192.168.20.1. Okay, we are done with this. Now the next computer here, we give it our IP address 192.168.20.3 subnet mask, default gateway 192.168.20.1. Okay, and then our server here 192.168.20.4 default subnet mask, and then default gateway 192.168.20.1. Okay, so we are done. So we can just see, let's try to ping these computers. We ping, let's ping our computers from the same LAN, is connected, successful. Also this one to this, successful. This one to this is successful. Okay, so we also try for these ones. This one is successful. This one to this is successful. Okay, but when you cross over from here to here, it won't be successful because we have not configured any routing protocol. Okay, we try this multiple times, it won't connect, it won't go through because we didn't configure any routing protocol. So this way now the OSPF comes in. Yeah, now we go straight into configuring our routing protocol, OSPF as the routing protocol. Okay, now we say let's say I like using this command, do so IP route, because I wanna see the networks that I'm supposed to advertise in my network using the OSPF command. Okay, so I'm gonna say router OSPF. I'm gonna give it a name. This name I'm giving is the process ID for the OSPF command. So you can give it 1, you can give it any number that you want. So for this one here, I'm gonna use 1 as the process ID for the routing protocol. So I'm gonna say and then I'm gonna say network. So I'm gonna use this one here, this one with the C, which is directly connected. This one indicates directly connected. This is the network I'm gonna advertise, and then plus this network I'm gonna advertise these two networks with C. Okay, so I'm gonna say 192.168.10.0. okay, and then you say you give it a wildcard mask. When we talk about wildcard mask, we talk about a reverse subnet mask. Okay, for the 255.255.255.0 is gonna be 0.0.0.255. okay, so we're gonna say 0.0.0.255, and then we say area 0. So for the whole of this topology of OSPF, it's in area 0. okay, the whole of these routers, they're all in area 0 of the OSPF. That's why I'm using this command area 0, okay? So, sorry, network. Oh, there's a problem here. As you can see, when the arrow is pointing that there's a problem here. So there's a problem. I missed the spelling here actually. Okay, there's a problem in the spelling. So instead of this, I was supposed to, instead of network, I put new talk. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to edit it. I'm gonna say, okay, I'm gonna say network like this. Okay, so as you can see now, the spelling is correct. So when I click enter, it will not complain, just like as you can see. So I'm gonna go again. I'm gonna say network. Now this, we are left with the second network that we are going to advertise. I'm gonna say 192.168.11.0. So we also give the wildcard mask 0.0.0.255. We say area 0. Okay, we are done with this. We save our configuration. Now we are done with this router. We are moving to the next router. Okay, so we come here to this router. We configure it also, the routing protocol. We say let's first see which the networks that we are supposed to advertise on our network. Okay, in our topology. Okay, to show IP routes. Okay, so it also gives me this time is .11 and .20. These ones, this network and this network that we're gonna advertise. Okay, so we say a router OSPF 1 network 192.168.11.0. Then we give the wildcard mask 0.0.0.255. So we say area. The area is 0 still. Then we move to our next network to advertise 192.168.20. Sorry, you say network. Network is 192.168.20.0. Also give a wildcard mask 0.0.0.255. We say area is 0. Okay, so we say do right. Okay, so let's try to do this command to see if they are communicating to each other. We say do show IP OSPF neighbors, OSPF neighbors. Okay, no, there's a problem with the spelling. Neighbor. Okay, we say show IP OSPF neighbor like this. Okay, so this is how it is showing a network ID. So when you see something like this, it means like they are not communicating. Okay, it gives even the neighbor ID. This is the neighbor ID .11.1. So the state is full. The time you can see here, the address is here. Interface, it's saying the interface, which interface this it's configured to. Okay, so so from here we were missing a spelling. That's why I wanted to use the tab to see what was the wrong. That's why I just exited from that interface. I came back to this interface, whereby I can just use the tab in case I forgot a spelling. That's why I just put the command end to take me back to this mode. So that's where now when I configure this I command IP show IP OSPF neighbor, I just use the tab and then just give me the command and just give me what I wanted. So from here we can see from this router that there's communication. So when we go back to the other one, this side here, when we go back to this side here, we can just say so IP OSPF neighbor. Okay, as you can see, it's also saying the state is full. The time, you can see the time is here, the address is here, which interface, it's all showing this. Okay, so meaning we are good to go. And when I say end, so I'm gonna try to reach to this network. I'm gonna try to ping from this network to this network. Okay, it should be successful. Okay, we try again. It's for the first time. You see, as you can see, it's successful. Always for the first time it will fail because it's trying to recognize the connection. Okay, so when you try the second time again, it must go through. So even if I'm going to try pinging from here to another one. For the first time it will fail because it's still recognizing the connection. Now you see it's successful. The same also to the other one. For the first time it should be failing, the second time it should be successful, like this. As you can see, now the second time it must go on well. As you can see, it's good. Okay, now our last, we're gonna ping our server to the server here. It's good. Okay, so this marks the end of our configuration of OSPF in our topology. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. We support each other, and then we get back so that when I post a new video, you get to know what I've done so far that time. So this is Technology Brain. Thank you for watching. Subscribe and please share. Okay, bye.